SBC Media Partners.
We have fantastic prizes. You could win gift cards, shirts, hats, a Yeti cup, a car detailing kit, and a trip for two to New York City. Get your program now at either entrance. Look through your program for the sticker star and win. Prizes must be picked up at halftime at the dog pound.
Welcome back to Thompson Street Stadium here at Jersey Shore. Kevin Herr along with the Chief Dave Ritchie, welcoming those of you listening and watching on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. We are going a little bit early on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. We do not know exactly what may be in store here tonight. As we mentioned a few moments ago on the radio broadcast, we've reached out to the administration, but obviously it has been a very emotional weekend, and they were not able to let us know ahead of time what we would expect here tonight. The band has made their performance already. There is all sorts of camera here, as well as news coverage from the Wilkes-Barre stations, I'm sure, and you can hear the Jersey Shore dog pound down there across from us already, getting in a sea of orange and getting excited because there's a camera over there every now and then. But both teams waiting to make their appearance here in just a few minutes. We're going to give you some of the key starters here for the Bulldogs. At quarterback, it'll be Jaron Loomis, a 6'3", 225 senior, 35 of 62, 4 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, 338 yards. And this is a running team, and Elijah Jordan, one of the big backs here, 6', 190 junior, averaging 7 yards a carry with 3 touchdowns, but Tate Sechrist is the guy you got to worry about. He's the 6-foot fullback, 195-pound senior, averaging 6 yards a carry, 383 yards on the ground, and 8 touchdowns. 8, count them, 8 in 3 games. Aston Sweely is the wide receiver, the 6', 172 senior, averaging 14 yards a catch. Dathan Tyson is the 6', 192 senior, leading the way, averaging 10 yards a catch and a touchdown. Peyton Samar will be the other wide receiver as well. Brody Herr will be the kicker, no relation, by the way, 5'10", 195 junior. Brody, 13 of 18 PATs. He has not attempted a field goal yet. He's averaging 44 yards on a kickoff and 3 touchbacks so far. He's also the punter, averaging 32 yards a punt.
Kevin, weren't you Kevin the Toe when you were in high school?
Yeah. The coach had the toe, usually up my, well, we won't get into that. To get me moving, that's what it was. That's why. Brody Raybuck is the quarterback. He's a 6', 190 sophomore for Shikellamy. 31 of 55, 2 interceptions, 4 touchdowns, 468 yards in the air. He does have a catch for 24 yards, and he does have 46 carries for 7 yards. Luke Snyder is the tailback, averaging 6 yards a carry. He has 4 touchdowns, 2 100-yard games for the 5'10", 208 senior. 52 carries, 295 yards on the ground. Leading receiver is Thomas Pollock, a 5'8", 129 freshman. He is a tough guy to bring down. He is slippery, and he spins about as well as anybody I've seen as a freshman football player. He's got 12 catches, 256 yards, 21 yards a catch, and 2 touchdowns. Charlie Walter is the tight end. Connor Steese, the kicker, 5'8", 149 sophomore, 5 of 7 in PATs, averaging 40 yards a kickoff. He has a long of 51 on kickoffs. Asher Moyer, the punter, a 34-yard average in his 9 punts this year. 3 of those for the junior have been inside the 20, and he has a long of 47. So that's some of the key numbers.
I have a feeling that you won't see Asher Moyer punting because he has his hand wrapped where he has a crack in his thumb. So I would think it would be probably Brody Raybuck.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. And if we don't see Asher Moyer, it'll be Brody Raybuck. Raybuck averaging 35 yards a punt. He has a long of 41 and 1 inside the 20. On the defensive side, the key players, Tate Sechrist again for Jersey Shore. The defensive end for the 2-0-1 Bulldogs has 8 tackles for a loss and 2 fumble recoveries on the season. Bo Sechrist is the linebacker. The 5'10", 185 sophomore leads the team in tackles with 33. Defensively for the Braves, the standout there, of course, is Luke Snyder, the Mike. Snyder, a 5'10", 208 senior, with 38 tackles, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery on the season. The Braves secondary do have 4 interceptions, including Corbin Stahl, Owen Elliott, Asher Moyer, and Brody Raybuck. So they have had some turnover opportunities, and they've taken advantage of a few of those in key situations. But, the Braves coming, Jersey Shore having all the emotion in this game. The Braves are coming off of a game in which they thought they had won maybe twice and lost in overtime to Central Mountain. That's going to be one of those on the schedule that I think they're going to look at and want back again.
Yeah, we were this close to being 2-1 instead of 1-2, and that would mean a lot, especially coming into this big game with Jersey Shore. Kev, you were talking about having 8 touchdowns in 3 games.
Yeah.
Been doing a little research back in the late 60s, early 70s, and Ken Weir, an outstanding halfback for Shikellamy back in 1970, by the time they got to the 4th game, had 8 touchdowns. And I don't know if you remember this name, but Jeff Rotke in the fall of 1981 had 5 touchdowns against Milton, so he had 10 till he got to that game. That's quite an accomplishment, especially the way the defenses seem to be much more precise, and the scouting is that much better. But it was interesting to hear that. And here come the Bulldogs.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of noise, and we're going to let you experience some of the atmosphere here on the radio and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel as the Bulldogs come out in their all orange with black trim and black numerals as they get ready to bring out the flag for Jersey Shore football. And across the way, an orange-clad Jersey Shore faithful standing, every single one of them, as the Bulldogs get ready to come out.
Here come your Bulldogs.
Lots of clapping on the Shikellamy side as well, and I see several Shikellamy fans wearing some orange as well in honor of Max, and that's exactly what you would hope to see in a situation like this, is not only a community of Jersey Shore coming together, but a region coming together. And I think we've all seen that on Facebook over the last couple of weeks with all the schools that have had orange days, especially on Thursday, which, as Jersey Shore said, was the 4th day of the week, of the school week. Braves ready to make their entrance as well on the near side of the field. And they are huddled up, and here come the Braves in white. And again, a nice round of applause on both sides of the field for the visiting Shikellamy Braves, who come in at 1-2 on the season in their white uniforms with the maroon and blue stripe, the blue numerals, and the blue helmet with the new arrowhead Shikellamy insignia on the side. We'll take this opportunity to pause one final time. Get you ready for kickoff, set for 7:05 here on News Radio 1070 WKOK. But we're going to see if anything before the national anthem is planned here as we listen in. And we'll stick around just a little bit longer here just to make sure that, again, we're not quite sure if they are going to have a moment here with both teams now making their way out on the field, or if they plan to go right to the national anthem first. But we'll hang out for just a few seconds here, and we'll keep it on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, so there will be no break of the video here on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel.
Fans, if you're able, please rise, remove your hat, place your right hand on your heart, and sing with the Jersey Shore Marching Band our national anthem, and remain standing for the Jersey Shore alma mater.
And we'll take this opportunity to pause. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK. Sticking around for more coverage on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. seconds.
Good evening, Bulldog Nation. Welcome to Thompson Street Stadium.
We are waiting for both teams to make their appearance into the center.
His family. His family said it best. He will be greatly missed every single day, and we know he will be with us in everything we do. As superintendent, I am grateful for all of you that are here, our students, our staff, our board of directors, and administration, and community who shows their Bulldog spirit. Thanks to the Shikellamy School District and other districts around the state for joining in support. Before we begin tonight, I also want to extend gratitude to particular members of our school community. Mr. Armbruster for leading the high school through this last week. Coach Gravish and his staff for standing strong and supporting our students. To the football team for displaying their heart and their character. And to the Engle family for pointing us all to unity. And now I ask that you join both teams in a moment of silence as we show our support for Max and his family. Thank you, and God bless.
Our superintendent here at Jersey Shore, as I understand it, making the announcement there and having a moment of silence for number 4, Max Engel, whose jersey now comes out with the 4 team captains for Jersey Shore, as well as Shikellamy. And both the public address announcer now thanking people in the Jersey Shore side as well as the Shikellamy administration and team for helping make, as he said, Monday Night Football happen here tonight on the high school version. We're going to take this opportunity to pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Shikellamy Braves football.
There will be no use of air horns, sirens, whistles, or personal listening devices without headphones. Inappropriate comments or cheers that harass opposing spectators, cheerleaders, players, coaches.
Welcome to Thompson Street Stadium. Kevin Herr along with the Chief Dave Ritchie. Dan Harrod is our videographer tonight, and our technical director is Nigel Kurtz on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. Both teams have put their captains at the center, and we are actually going through what is a rarity in high school football, and that's the actual coin toss. Shikellamy, they got to call, they won the toss, and elected to receive, and they will be doing that, moving left to right as we view things here on WKOK, WKOK.com, and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. Emotional moment there for the entire stadium, and again, a moment to honor number 4, Max Engel, and now try and get things reset to play the game he enjoyed so much and gave so much to.
Once that kicker hits that ball with that foot, we'll be playing football, and the kids will get back to normal.
We mentioned that the Shikellamy team has a 4 on the back left side of their helmet in orange. The coaching staff also wearing the number 4 on the front of their helmet, right at the point of the Shikellamy.
Hats,
yeah, I'm sorry, their caps.
I know you wore a helmet when you were on the sidelines, but
I had to wear a helmet.
Sorry, buddy.
I thought I was going to get in the game. That's why I was wearing it.
You were doing a heck of a job. There's a lot going on here, folks, and especially in a situation where the game is actually bigger than most games that we ever do. And my partner's probably the best person to fix things when they're broke. So Hats off to you, buddy.
Thank you, sir. It's an honor to be broadcasting this one, and we are ready to get it underway. Brody Herr will boot the ball away. It is a short kick for a rarity, and it will be taken by one of the up men right away, and sitting on it immediately at the 32-yard line was Luke Keeley. We do want to mention that tonight we don't have a whole lot of scores, but we will recap some of the games throughout the region on the Blaze Alexander Buick GMC Sunbury out-of-town scoreboard. And we'll recap the Danville Loyal Sox scores throughout the evening, because that would have, if this would have been playing on Friday night, that would have been our Blaze Alexander Ford Tough game of the week. And the Braves are bringing 4 players out right now. And it appears to be the 4 captains. They are going to take a knee. And I believe they are going to, Jersey Shore is now going to join them, and I believe they're going to take a delay of game here. They started the play clock. And I'll tell you what, this is something that's going to get a round of applause and then some. Because the Braves are actually going to start this game with a delay of game penalty. And Jersey Shore, I believe, is going to decline this penalty, and they do, as Coach Gravish immediately says no. That was classy on both ends.
I don't know about you, Kevin. Makes you tear up a little bit, buddy.
And that was an emotional moment, I think, for everybody in the stadium, no question. And now we're going to try and play football. Braves are going to come out at the 30-yard line with the I formation. They're going to break out of the 3-back I formation now and go spread. They'll spread the 5-2 defense out for Jersey Shore. It'll be a quick hitter to the inside, incomplete pass intended for Walter right through his hands. Walter would have had about a 5 or 6 yard gain on the coverage, Elijah Jordan. So after the 4 players came out, took a knee, all 11 Jersey Shore players joined them. The delay of game was waved off. Braves came out with a spread formation after going tight and through the incompletion. They'll go now with a wing formation and spread. They'll send 1 receiver to the near side. That's Elliott. Shotgun for Brody. Raybuck with the handoff to Snyder, and Snyder goes nowhere. He might have lost 2 yards as Jersey Shore quickly got in there with Slate Seacrest, the defensive tackle.
Well, Jersey Shore, they're going to put 8 people up right off the line of scrimmage, and they're going to dare you to throw. And they all come hard, and sometimes they bring a couple of backs with them. Very difficult sometimes to block 8 guys with 5.
It is 3rd down and 10, and the Braves are going to go no huddle. Look at the wristband. Shotgun sidecar left. They're going to go bunch to the far side. Ball on the near hash mark. In motion to the far side is Pollock. Pollock comes to the backfield. Brody has time, runs out of time. Pressure's coming, and he's dropped. Caden Walker, the nose tackle, got his first sack of the season, and Walker will put him back to the 24-yard line, and it's a punting situation for the Braves.
Looks like that's probably a loss of 3 yards, Kevin.
Brody had some time back there, but there was nobody open, and he started to go forward with it, but he just ran out of room. And you're right, Raybuck is going to be the punter. High snap, he controls it. Angles it to the near side and came right off the side of his foot. It hits at the 40, rolls out of bounds at the Shikellamy 45-yard line. And that's where the Bulldogs will take it with 10:36 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Jersey Shore with their first possession, and it's already in Shikellamy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, if Jersey Shore does what they usually do, they're going to try to run as many plays as possible, and that means no huddle. So the Braves are going to have to be ready each time.
Quickly, the Bulldogs now, they are going to take a knee. All 11 players taking a knee as all 22 players now come together at the 45-yard line and will take a knee as well. And again, another show of unity here by both of these programs. We'll keep you updated on any baseball tonight as well as the Monday night games as they go on. But Again, delay a game on Jersey Shore. That will also be declined. And we'll be looking at a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Our Blaze Alexander Built Ford Tough game of the week, if we were on Friday night, would have been Danville Loyal Side. Blaze Alexander Ford, where it's worth the drive to Route 45. One man in motion to the far side, that's Samar. Here comes the pitch, right side to Jordan. Jordan across the 45 to the 44-yard line, brought down by the Braves linebacker and leading tackler Luke Snyder.
Braves did a nice job on that, Kevin. Jordan only picked up 1 yard on that play.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage,
Counter.
They fake the pitch and go right up the gut and not much room for Sechrist at all. Snyder not faked by that at all. Also in on the tackle for the Braves was Baez.
That's 2 stellar plays by Shikellamy's defense as Sechrist got 0 yards on that one.
3rd down and 9. 3 receivers to the near side. Loomis back to pass. Pressure coming. Fires it. Incomplete pass intended for Tyson on the far side of the field. It would have been close to the 1st down marker, but now Jersey Shore will have the. Are they in 4-down territory? It appears as though they are going to punt the ball away.
You know, Kevin, that was good. A great job by the corner over there, which I believe is number 18. Okay, now that's Jer?
That might have been Raybuck over there too. He was playing some safety too, but I think you're right. I think it is going to be Lattimore this time.
Nice job, and we have a timeout situation here already, Kevin.
Yeah, I think it's Shikellamy that called the timeout. I don't think they had all of their special teams out there. Is Coach Schaefer now is going to rearrange things, and it looks like they had 1 extra player, so 1 or 2 extra players, and Schaefer had to call the timeout for the special teams.
Kevin, you know how big those 3 plays were for Shikellamy defense?
Huge.
Huge, just great. I mean, you know, this is a team that took Selinsgrove right down the field on the first possession, and down at Pottsville, they never, ever, I think, got stopped. And the Braves stuffed them on 2 running plays and forced a throw to the outside that went out of bounds from Loomis. So, that's great offense. Now, the only problem is they're probably going to get themselves deep in their own territory.
Herr ready to punt the ball away from the 45-yard line. He will do that, and it is a waving fair catch at the 10-yard line. I believe that's, is that Fastbinder there? No, Pollock.
You know, that's a good job by Puck. A lot of times if it's inside the 10, they want you to, let it fall and go into the end zone, but that wasn't going to.
No, the way that ball was,
so.
The way that ball was flopping around there, it was actually had the right angle to actually stick at about the 10-yard line and maybe go to the 15 at best.
That was a good job, all right, by Pollock, and he's a freshman.
So the Braves will have the ball at their own 12-yard line now. 1st and 10 on this second series with 9:48 to go first quarter and no score. Braves are going to go with the 3-deep I formation. 3 backs. And it's going to go to the first back through, pushing the pile to about the 14-yard line is going to be Luke Snyder. Snyder averaging 6 yards a carry. That time he came up with just about 5, I believe. Maybe about 4.
2 yards, Kevin. He's on the 12.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong guy there with the sideline with the ball mark. Forget
He's on the 12 and ended up at the 14.
You were right.
It's tough, though.
There's a lot of people in orange tonight, and, of course, the down markers are orange, too. Clock winding with 13 on the play clock. Shikellamy with the ball, and a 2nd down and 8 at the 13-yard line. Raybuck gets the direct snap, play fake, fires it. Oh, it's picked off, and a great pick going the opposite way by Samar. He's gone. Touchdown. Jersey Shore, Peyton Samar with his 2nd pick for the 6', 180 senior, and this one's a pick 6 and comes in from 18 out. I'll tell you what, that ball was behind him, Chief.
Yes, it
and
was.
He grabbed it with his right hand and pulled it in.
Well, he did what they practiced before the game. They have all those tip drills, and he did a great job that time of catching. And unfortunately for the Braves, there was nobody over on that side.
Here's Herr with the extra point. The kick is up, high enough, long enough, and it is good. 7-0 Jersey Shore as Samar has his 2nd interception of the season. And it is an 18-yard touchdown return for the Jersey Shore Bulldogs on the pick 6 to put the Bulldogs on the board first. That could be our Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game.
Well, like I was talking about before, Kevin, they held Bulldogs on the defensive side, but the punt put them deep in their own territory. And you always risk that factor if you can't pound the ball out of there and you put the ball in the air that, somebody's going to, if they do get an interception, it's only a short jaunt into the end zone.
Looks like he was trying to get, I think it was Fastbinder that he was trying to hit there, but he actually had him open. It was just thrown a little bit too far behind the receiver. And Samar, give him credit where credit's due. He reached out and tried to make a great pick. It was actually Pollock that he was trying to reach. So her at the 40-yard line has the ball set on the near hash mark, ready to boot the ball away with a 7-0 lead with 9:05 to go first quarter. It's going to be a short kick, and Snyder's going to take it at the 20, to the 25, to the 30, outside to the 30, to the 35, to the 32-yard line, and they'll spot him at the 32-yard line. A 12-yard return, but he earned all 12.
37-yard line, Kevin.
That's what I said. It's at the 37-yard line.
You know what? I'll just say it. I won't give you signals anymore because,
but I can't count that fast. That's the problem.
They're only fingers, Kevin.
Well, these numbers are really small. Not that I should be able to see them. It's just on the far side, I cannot see the numbers at all on the field. Near side, it's not so bad. I think it's time for new glasses. Shotgun by Raybuck. Raybuck will hand it off, and there is absolutely nothing there whatsoever. Tate Sechrist with his 9th tackle for a loss, and Snyder never had a chance on that one.
No, he did not. In fact, it looks like I think he lost 3 yards on that play, Kevin.
Yeah, again, there's the leading tackler for a loss in Tate Sechrist, the defensive end, and it looked like he came in untouched.
Not only did the defense from Jersey Shore control the gaps that they were assigned to, they went through the gaps.
Yeah.
And they were in the backfield at the same time the ball was handed off.
Braves are spreading them out. They'll run the out pattern to the near side. Pass complete now to Owen Elliott. Elliott got drilled as soon as he caught the ball. Tyson put a stick on him, and it will be back to the original line of scrimmage and a bonus 2 yards, so bring up 3rd down and about 8. Braves have to get just beyond the 45-yard line. 8:01 remaining here in the first quarter, 7-0 Jersey Shore. Shikellamy looking for the play to the near sideline where the ball's on the near hash mark. Now they look at the wristband for the blocking scheme and the routes. After the signal comes in, it'll be Raybuck now switching Snyder to the right side. Now he moves Snyder in motion. Back to pass. Swing pass to Snyder. Pass is tipped. Intercepted! Caden Walker, the nose tackle. You gotta love it when the guys down front get a pick. And he got the tip pick, and the ball is spotted at the 22-yard line. That'll be Walker Jr.'s first interception of the season.
Well, the ball went straight up in the air after it was knocked out of the air, and he was the tallest kid out there.
Yes, he was.
So he just reached up and grabbed it like a big old offensive rebound.
6'5", 225 for the junior. Loomis at quarterback. He's going to roll out and run the option. They'll make the pitch, and right there to make the play, but breaking the tackle. It's going to be Sechrist off the left side. That was well played by number 4, Luke Keeley, the outside linebacker. And I'll tell you what, Sechrist ran through the tackle, Chief.
You're not going to arm tackle or bulldog a runner like that. He's just too strong.
Loomis with a delayed handoff. It's going to be Sechrist again. He's bowling guys over to the 4-yard line. Big run for Sechrist of 15. It'll bring up a 1st and goal at the 4-yard line, moving to the end zone to our left. Loomis now gets the direct snap. It's going to be Sechrist again. Touchdown, Jersey Shore. After the turnover, the Bulldogs with 2 plays and a touchdown. Was it 3? All right, I missed one. I should have second-guessed myself.
3 plays, 22-yard drive, Kevin, for the touchdown.
His 9th of the season, by the way.
Brody Herr is on for the point after try.
Sechrist from 4 yards out. Snaps down, sets down. The kick is up. Line drive drifting to the left and no good. So this is the, he was 14 of 19, now 14 of 20 coming in, or after that one. 13-0 the score with 7 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Braves offense still looking for its first down of the ball game.
Well, the Braves offense has turned the ball over 2 times now. The one and both pretty spectacular interceptions. But that time, Jersey Shore did a nice job. Brody was trying to hit Luke Snyder as he arced out into the left flat, and Jersey Shore had that covered with a man. There was a man that was downfield on the sideline. He was covered, and when Brody went to throw the ball, by that time, there were a bunch of hands around him, and he got knocked straight up in the air. Big old number 75, every lineman's dream, okay? Got a chance to pick one off, and I thought he was going to rumble into the end zone.
Did you have an interception?
No, never.
I had a fumble recovery once. Boy, I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
I was on the bottom of a big pile. That was not fun. Her end-over-end kick to the 5-yard line, to the 10, 15, to the 20. Kicks it outside to the 25, and the only way you tackle Thomas Pollock is to wrap 5 guys around him, and they had 3. And leading the way on the tackle for the Bulldogs was Bo Sechrist.
Well, again, the Braves' offensive line is made up of a lot of underclassmen, Kevin, and you're looking at a pretty solid senior team up front for Jersey Shore, and there's a lot to be learned, okay, by the Shikellamy offensive line. They just got to fire out. They've got to get in people's way, and so far, the Jersey Shore controlling this football game.
6:53 to go, 13-0 here in the first quarter. Shikellamy with their 3rd possession. They've turned it over twice. High snap, and a pass out to the far side, going up high to get that one, and bringing it down for the Braves is, that's going to be, I was going to say Fastbinder out there. Fastbinder using his 6'2 frame and making himself 7'8 to get that one. A gain of 4 to the 26-yard line.
What a nice timing tackle by the defender over there for Jersey Shore. Fastbinder was extended high getting the ball as he was tackled, and give Fastbinder credit, he held on to it.
Braves break the huddle now with 2 to the near side, 2 to the far side, and a spread. Shotgun, Brody rolling to the near side, pressure from the backside. He's going to look long downfield. He's got Pollock, and intercepted! Great defensive play by Dathan Tyson, who gets his first pick of the season, and pick number 3 for Raybuck, who had 0 picks coming into this game.
Well, Pollock outran the pass. That's
exactly right.
And Brody's in the pocket. He's being chased by 3 guys. Get out of the pocket. All of a sudden, there's a contained man in his face. Pollock's going down the sideline, and he just had to let one go. And nice job by number 23 for Jersey Shore. He played it perfect.
Loomis now will give the ball to Jordan, who's in motion. Jordan got the corner. Jordan to the 45. And he is spotted out of bounds at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10, very close to the first down marker. And they're going to say he's about a yard short.
9-yard gain.
9 3/4 for all the Harry Potter fans. Nope, they're going to say it's 10.
They gave him a first down. You're right, Kev.
So it is a first down. They're going to move the chains. And they're going to send a man in motion. This time they're going to play the dive, and it's going to go right up the gut. And a big run there for number 31, Tate Sechrist once again.
And he picks up 11, Kevin.
He's averaging 6 yards a play.
2 plays, 2 first downs. Jersey Shore's got it cranked, going pretty good.
And we have whistles now as
one of the players. I think one of the Shikellamy players lost a mouthpiece. That's what it is. Yeah.
Is it a mouthpiece?
Yep.
That's all right. I'll put it back in. It's good.
Organic grass, right? It's organic.
Preston Spontarelli, he said, I'll put it right back in. I'm good. Here's a quick pass to the near side, complete to Samar. Samar outside, stiff arms, and pushed out of bounds by Asher Moyer. But again, another big gain on the play. Down to the 26-yard line, 25-yard line, a gain of 18. Loomis now with a man in motion. That's Jordan to the far side. Loomis with a direct snap, play fake. It's going to be all Loomis, and Loomis is spun down and then finally taken down by Moyer after he was first contacted by Keeley, the outside linebacker. And he'll get no gain on that play. Clock now with 5:10 to go here in the first quarter. Jersey Shore leading at 13-0 and looking to take command.
On that wide receiver screen, Jersey Shore ran to Samar. Shikellamy wasn't ready. You know, both of their backs were way off the ball.
Loomis sends a man in motion, and the left tackle takes an early leave, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. First penalty of the ball game that has been accepted. Of course, we had the delay of game that the Braves offense took when they first got the ball, and then Jersey Shore, after the turnover, after the punt rather, decided to take a delay of game themselves. Both of those were, of course, declined, so that becomes our first penalty offsides against Jersey Shore. Ball at the 30-yard line with 4:38 to go. Loomis rolling out to the far side. Loomis going long, wide open down the sideline and into the end zone is Dathan Tyson, who picks up his second touchdown of the season, a 29-yard grab.
Great move to get behind the Shikellamy defender. And again, Loomis had all the time in the world, Kevin, to throw that ball.
And he put it right on the money.
He did. In fact, it looked like that Tyson had to wait a little bit, all right, but he was that wide open.
Snap sent, kick up, and it is blocked right into the heart. I don't know exactly who got a hand on it. That might have been Corbin Stahl that got a hand on that. So it's 19-0 in favor of Jersey Shore here with 4:31 to go in the first quarter. And the Braves' turnovers have mounted to 19 points for Jersey Shore.
Well, you know, that time Jersey Shore started on their own 35. Only took them 5 plays, all right, to go 65 yards with that. Of course, the big play being the 29-yard touchdown pass from Loomis down to Tyson. Well, that Braves, something positive has to happen for the Braves, or, you know, we're going to be in the mercy rule. You know?
Yeah, unfortunately, you're right. Tonight's game brought to you in part on WKOK Sports YouTube channel by Mid-Penn Energy, by Sunbury Motor Company, and Northumberland National Bank.
Kevin, that extra point kick was really low, too.
Yeah.
And their place kicker only takes like 2 steps, all right, till he gets to the ball. So I'm not an expert on place kicking, but
Her ready to boot the ball away, and this time he pops one up. Snyder jump catches it at the 22, to the 25, to the 30, outside to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, midfield, and knocked out of bounds in Jersey Shore territory for the first time tonight.
That's a positive move. That's a great job by Snyder. He came right up the middle, and you know you're supposed to stay in your lanes if you're on the kickoff team. And everybody started to move towards him, and he just used that speed to get outside. And he's one kid that can outrun the defenders, okay, and got down along the sideline. So the Braves on the Jersey Shore 49-yard line.
So what you're saying is if you were a coach, you'd be like, stay in your lane, bro. Stay in your lane.
Yeah, don't get sucked in like that. The guy that had to contain on that side, he probably had to stop and pick up his mouthpiece by the time Snyder went by him, all right?
Braves have the ball on the far hash mark. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line of Jersey Shore. Raybuck taking the direct snap, and he drew Jersey Shore offside with a hard count. I don't believe the Braves moved on that one. The official comes out and says it is 5 yards against the Bulldogs. That'll be their second penalty of the ball game. Both 5-yard offside penalties, one on the O, one on the D. 4:23 to go here in the first quarter at Jersey Shore. 19-0. Bulldogs leading the Shikellamy Braves here on WKOK, WKOK.com, and the WKOK Sports YouTube channel.
Braves in Bulldog territory for the first time tonight. Looks like at their Bulldog 43.
It'll be a 1st down and 5 at the 43-yard line. Same formation from the far hash mark, moving left to right. Pistol formation actually for Raybuck this time. High snap, he gets it, throws the timing off a little bit and can't hang on is Pollock. He's going to lose that one as he got hit immediately by Tyson. But again, the high snap kind of took the timing out of that play, Chief.
Yeah, it sure did. Nathan Tyson is one heck of a corner. I mean, they tried to run that same play that Jersey Shore did when Tyson picked up that yardage. All right, no, I'm sorry, it was Samar picked up that yardage, but both of the defenders for Jersey Shore were right on top of that ball.
Elliott in the slot to the near side with the green gloves, his fastbinder. He's to the wide side of the field now. That is the near side, by the way. 6 on the play clock. Raybuck in the shotgun, in the pistol, the handoff, and going absolutely nowhere was Basar Baez. And Baez got drilled immediately by Caden Walker, the nose tackle, who looked like he came in unblocked.
Yep, that's a loss of 5 yards. You know, Kevin, that's number 75. He's an interior lineman. There's no way that he should come that clean. Okay.
Well, he's the nose tackle.
I know.
That's the scary part, really.
So he shot one of the gaps and nobody picked him up.
And he's got an interception and now a tackle for a loss, his second of the season. Braves stack up the line, or the Bulldogs stack up the line, screen to Snyder, and immediately drop down. Great defensive play by the leading tackler on this defense, Bo Sechrist, the sophomore.
It was well read, Kevin, well read.
So that'll bring up a 4th down and 8 as the Braves were unable to convert on outstanding field position from the kickoff return. So Raybuck will be ready to boot this one away. And it's a low snap. He takes it and puts his foot into it. Fair catch called for and taken at the 16-yard line there by Tyson. Tyson, averaging 6 yards a return, had to wave a fair catch on that one.
Nice punt by Brody. It was not up in the air high enough that the punt team could get down underneath it and make the Jersey Shore ask for the fair catch.
Quick update on our Blaze Alexander GMC Sunbury out-of-town scoreboard. End of the first. Braves lead the Phillies 1-0.
What a surprise.
We'll have a couple of football scores later, too, but right now it's all baseball.
Nice job by the entire left side of Shikellamy line along with the linebackers.
Sechrist got the ball off the right side, and there was nothing.
Nothing. He got 0 yards.
Clock winding with 2:45 to go here in the first quarter. 19-0 in favor of Jersey Shore. Back to pass, Loomis looking to the near side. He's got a man wide open. It's complete to the near side. Elijah Jordan at the 43-yard line, and maybe a touchdown saving tackle there by the Braves, number 6, Mikey Vaders.
There was nobody over here. They had a slot, and they had a man on the slot, but nobody on the outside guy.
Quickly, Loomis in action again, firing to the far side of the field on the turnaround and complete to the far side to Tyson, and another big gain on the play. This is not the Jersey Shore Bulldog team we expected to see firing the ball all over the field, but they're doing it on this drive, and a big gain to the 41-yard line.
Well, Loomis has got a great arm.
Here's the handoff right up the middle, and guess who's getting it? Sechrist, and with a big pile driving down another almost 10 yards to the 23-yard line. That was a gain of 18 on that run up the middle.
Well, you pass on first down 2 times in a row, actually second down and then first down, and then you just take one right up the gut. And nice job. I think he probably ran a trap play on that. And he's a tough runner.
He's got the ball again off the right side to the 10, to the 5. He is into the end zone. Touchdown, Jersey Shore at the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. So Sechrist with his second touchdown of the ball game, this one from 22 yards out.
Well, Kevin, if people that were watching on YouTube would see that when he got to the line of scrimmage, he just found that opening, that lane to his right, and they had cleaned everybody out. There was no linebacker, there was no corner, and he had a nice jaunt into the end zone.
Extra points have been tough. Made the first, missed the next 2, made that one as Herr puts it through the uprights to make it 26-0 in favor of Jersey Shore here with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Shikellamy Braves football on WKOK, sponsored in part by Purdy Insurance, Shamokin Dam Health Center, Surplus Outlet, and Weiss Benner and Rice.
Well, so far, Kevin, the Braves do not have a first down, and you know it's 26-0, and we've got 2 minutes to go in this first quarter.
Yeah, first quarter.
First quarter.
Well, obviously Jersey Shore playing with tons of emotion here tonight, and they have taken advantage of every Shikellamy mistake. They've gotten 3 turnovers and interceptions, and they have converted every one of them to points, 1 directly to points.
They're not too bad of a football team either,
No,
Kevin.
they're okay. They're okay.
They're
And what
solid all the way around.
you know, they Selinsgrove and Jersey Shore played a battle a couple of weeks ago. A 21 all tie is what that game ends up being, but they played a really good football game together. Her with the end-over-end kick. Snyder at the 35, or 25 to the 35-yard line, and he is dropped down at the 35-yard line there by Jersey Shore's number 53. That's Preston Beatty.
So the Braves are going to be in a familiar spot. They're going to be in their own field, their own side of the 50, but looks like they're going to be at, he's going to mark it now at their own 34. Middle of the field, 1st and 10.
Well, Friday night at Ironman Stadium, there was an outstanding game. Danville had a lead early. Loyalsock came back, and then Danville finally came back one final time for a 3-point, 28-25 win. That was our Blaze Alexander Ford Built Ford Tough game of the week in week number 4. 5 on the line of scrimmage. Brody back to pass, pressure. He's got to fire it, and it is incomplete. Raybuck did a nice job of getting rid of that, trying to find the receiver to the near side, Pollock.
Well, Jersey Shore's just taking advantage of a Shikellamy offensive team that's very young. Probably people on YouTube noticed that right before the snap, they popped the linebacker up into the line of scrimmage, and they had 5 guys within basically 3 offensive gaps, and they came through there like they were what do you call it, flour through a sieve. Wow.
Raybuck with a sidecar right. He sends Snyder in the pattern. They're going to swing it out to Snyder. Tipped and almost intercepted. Trying to take that one the rest of the way for Jersey Shore. Number 31, Tate Seacrest. He's had a couple of touchdowns on the offensive side. He was looking for one on the defensive side.
Yeah, that ball was more of a, there wasn't enough arc on it, and Seacrest was in that little lane between the Brody and the receiver, and you're right. It's a little better concentration, and he'd have been in the end zone.
Yeah, he would have had a defensive score. 3rd down and 10 at the Shikellamy 34-yard line. 1:49 to go here in the first. Raybuck back to pass, firing it, intercepted once again. Seacrest this time picks it off, and Bo, the outstanding linebacker, the sophomore linebacker, has the ball at the 30-yard line, and that will be turnover number 4 and the 4th interception by Raybuck here tonight. Tough night for the sophomore.
Yeah, but a lot of people are going to say tough night for Brody, but he has no time to think about any of his throws.
He has no time to go through a progression.
Exactly.
He's got one receiver to look at, and he's got to get rid of it as soon as he looks at him. Back to pass, Loomis. Loomis fires it out for a wide receiver screen to Tyson. Tyson got a few blockers and then is spun down at the 24-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5. They'll quickly come right back to the line of scrimmage. Loomis gives the handoff down to number 1, Jordan. Jordan right up the middle across the 15 to the 10-yard line. That's another big gain.
We talked about this on the way up. One time Jersey Shore ran 90 plays with this quick offense, and they're doing it again.
That's an amazing amount of plays, and this time kicking it outside is Jordan. He goes into the end zone from 10 yards out. And another rushing touchdown. Elijah Jordan picks up his 4th of the season. That's his first touchdown of the night with 1:08 to go. And the Bulldogs are looking to make this one a 33-point game with the extra point from Brody Herr, the junior. Snap, set, kick is up, and it is drifting to the right upright and good. 1:08 remaining here in the quarter. And it is Jersey Shore 33, Shikellamy nothing. 4 turnovers for the Braves tonight have led to 4 touchdowns of the 5 for the Bulldogs.
Not much you can do on offense if you don't have time to throw the ball. And we haven't been able to establish any type of running game. So all the Bulldogs do is just lay their ears back and
bring everybody.
Bring everybody. And you got to give the Jersey Shore secondary a lot of credit because they seem to, I don't think they're in a man-to-man. They might be. But anyway, they just stand next to the receiver when the ball's thrown. They step into it instead of the receiver for Shikellamy stepping towards it.
While we wait for this kickoff, we do rules of the game presented by Wiest Better and Rice LLC. And if you were listening last week, you'll have a pretty good clue what happens here. We'll have the question coming up after the kick. Here comes her with the end-over-end kick, and this one's going to go fly out of bounds. He put his foot into that one for the first time tonight. They've been trying to kick away from the Braves' speed, and they moved Luke Snyder up and has returned a couple, but that one he kicked toward the end zone the way he normally does. Unfortunately, he angled it out of bounds, and the Braves will get the ball at the 35-yard line. Well, our rules of the game, during overtime, the ball is placed where to begin the offensive series? If you were watching and listening last week,
10-yard
you know
line.
the answer. Don't give the answer
Oh,
yet.
sorry. Not the 10-yard line, folks. I was just a quick guess. I'm sorry. Do you have another rule?
No, you have to wait till Saturday night now. Raybuck looking for the direct snap. Rolls out to the near side. He's got no time at all. He is dropped immediately. Seacrest picks up his a sack here. His first of the night to the 26-yard line.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
I'll wait till after this series is over.
I apologize to the Wiest Law Firm. I apologize to you. I apologize to the entire Shikellamy Nation.
What would have been better is if you were wrong. That would have made it better.
Yeah, it would have.
Raybuck with the pistol formation, and Baez is the running back behind him. Under 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Baez will get the call. He looks for running room and finds absolutely nothing but number 31, Tate Seacrest, the defensive end.
I think that's going to be the last play of this quarter.
It
and
is
all we can say is thank goodness, because that's the longest first period I've experienced in a long time. And it's been even longer for the Shikellamy Braves as they are down here 33-0.
4 turnovers, 5 touchdowns, and at the end of the first quarter, it is Jersey Shore 33, Shikellamy nothing. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel.
Keep on trucking at Blaze Alexander Ford. We currently have the largest selection of F-150 trucks in the area, and we're taking up to $7,900 off. If you're looking for an F-150, an F-250, gas or diesel, we've got them. Plus, we've got the Bronco Sport, the Explorer, the Edge, and the Escape, all at the area's lowest price guarantee. If a pre-owned vehicle is what you're after, we currently have over 150 pre-owned vehicles in stock, starting at just $99 a month with a warranty. Only at Blaze Alexander Ford, Route 45 in Lewisburg, where you're always going to get the lowest price guaranteed.
When you shop at Wise, you now get rewards points for almost everything you buy. From coffee to croutons, seltzer to salad dressing, mustard to moose tracks. And all those points add up to big savings on food and fuel. Saving money, that's smart. Earning points every time you shop, that's Wise.
Eat better, spend less, that's Wise.
See wisemarkets.com for program details and exclusions.
Shikellamy looking for something positive here in the second quarter, trailing at 33-0 to the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. 4 interceptions of Raybuck tonight, and all of them, including one directly, have led to scores. And now, right now, Jersey Shore pinning their ears back. It's going to be Raybuck, and he gets hit from the blind side, and no one put a helmet long enough on Tate Seacrest, who picks up another sack. That'll be 4th down, and yikes. Braves have the ball at the 23-yard line. They have to get to the 45 for a first down.
Well, it's 4th down, so they're going to have to punt here, Kevin.
And they will bring on the punting unit as Raybuck comes in, or comes back, I should say, to punt, not in. And 2 deep for Jersey Shore, including Elijah Jordan to the near side.
Braves don't have the right players.
Yep, they're short 1 player on special teams with 4 on the play clock. To see if they can get this one. Do they get now? They're just going to let the delay a game go, and I don't think they're even going to waste the time out here. And that is going to frustrate Coach Kaiser to no end. So they are going to take the delay of game, and that will march Elijah Jordan up another 5 yards. On the far side, Dathan Thomas. Both of these guys, surprisingly, not averaging too many yards. 9 for Snyder and Tyson with 6. They've only had 1 return each.
They're coming after the ball.
And they do bring everybody. And Brody gets it away, and it's a spiral. Taken at the 42-yard line by Tyson. Comes to the near side and is spun down at the 36-yard line. Luke Snyder with a nice open field tackle.
Thank you, Lord, for Luke Snyder.
Well, as Chief said, during overtime, the ball is placed on the 10-yard line. The team that lost the toss selects the side of the field. That's our rules of the game, presented by Wiest, Benner, and Rice LLC in Sunbury. When you need help with rules of law, contact them, and they can guide you through personal injury, accident, injury, divorce, family estate law, civil and human rights, criminal law. Call them at 570-286-4022. Over to the left side, Jordan, and he goes nowhere. Wiest, Benner, and Rice helping you avoid penalties and helping the Chief answer things correctly, but just too early.
Tommy Treon, the 9th grader, in on that tackle, along with a couple of other Braves.
A few Treons over the years. Coming out to the near side. And that one incomplete. Loomis trying to find number 23, Dathan Tyson, on the near side. Shikellamy Braves football on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. Brought to you in part by W&L Subaru, Lackawanna College, Wise Markets, and Blaze Alexander Ford. Jersey Shore now taking a little bit more time, but still not huddling up, with a 33-0 lead with 10:41 to go here in the second. Clock stop, rolling out, pressure from the backside. Loomis fires it wide open in the middle of the field at the 20. Breaking a tackle to the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Ashton Swaley with his first touchdown of the season from 34 yards out.
Well, the Braves not tackling very well either, Kevin. Just a really a bullet thrown to the receiver, and he did we had a Brave right there, and he had a hold of him, and he got away from him and just ran away from everybody.
Here comes the extra point. Herr with his low snap, gets the kick up, drifts to the left upright, but inside the left upright and good. And that will make it 40-0 Jersey Shore here in the second quarter. And unless the Braves can put some points on the board, this will be a moving clock in the second half.
Well, Kevin, you think about what the Braves had to do in that first quarter. They had to throw the ball, and either it was intercepted or incomplete, so that stops the clock. And with the speed that Jersey Shore's been able to drive, get their offensive drives into the end zone, there was a lot of times that the clock was stopped because the Shikellamy's offense was throwing incomplete passes. So it just drug and gave Jersey Shore all that time to get 33 points in the first quarter.
Well, the Blaze Alexander Built Ford Tough Game of the Week was the Danville Ironman win, 28-25 over Loyalsock on Friday night. That was a dandy game at Ironman Stadium. Our Blaze Alexander Built Ford Tough Game of the Week. And Herr ready to boot the ball away from the first time, moving left to right. And that one a pop-up on the move. It is the ever so swift Thomas Pollock, but it's hard to run when you've got 5 guys traveling on you, and that's exactly what happened at the 26-yard line. By the way, on our Blaze Alexander Buick GMC Truck Sunbury scoreboard, there was a game on Saturday night this past week that involved Columbia Montour Votech and Renaissance Academy, and CMVT won that Saturday by a score of 62-32. Good win for CMVT.
Yeah. Renaissance Academy, they probably came in on steeds with night gear and jousting.
That's probably why they lost. They got penalized for having jousting rods. If they would have been down in Mannheim, it would have been fine.
Exactly.
Shotgun formation for Raybuck, sidecar right. He'll get the direct snap. He'll find Luke Snyder. Snyder makes a man miss, but just couldn't get his feet underneath him, and Boy, I'll tell you what, there is a lot of orange in the backfield. This time, Slate Seacrest led the way.
Well, we like to call the mesh point is where the quarterback will hand off to the back. And by the time the mesh point developed, there was somebody at Snyder's feet already, and he had an orange jersey on. Just tough. Oh, by the way, Kevin, my good friend Dave Bish from North Carolina says, tough game, lots of emotion, but tell Kevin he's doing a good job. There you go, buddy.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Very kind of you to catch up and watch us on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. Over to the near side, the option going to Luke Snyder. Luke Snyder out to the 20-yard line, spun down at the 22-yard line. Well, eventually spun down. Elijah Jordan tried to bring him down. Snyder fighting his way for another about half a yard or so.
Well, Kevin, there's 4 guys away from the 7 that tackled Snyder. So great pursuit. I mean, this Jersey Shore defense is not only tough when they get up into the gaps and into the backfield, but they do a nice job of leveling out and getting to the where the ball carriers, no matter what side of the sidelines they're on.
Going over to the far side of the field is Fastbinder. He has 2 others joining him in a trips formation to the far side. Raybuck back to pass, comes to the near side to the only receiver there, and that is the ever so difficult to tackle Thomas Pollock. But you know what? If there is a textbook way to tackle Pollock, right there we saw it by the Jersey Shore corner, number 3, Paul Hale. Because, well, he's actually a safety that played up his corner because he wrapped his legs, and that is not going to allow Pollock to spin out of it.
No, and, you know, I'll bet that young man's a wrestler because they make the best defensive backs, Kevin.
I have no doubt. Here comes the punt by Raybuck. Raybuck, oh, that one kind of wobbled on him and right off the instep. Fair catch called for by Tyson at the 46-yard line, 47-yard line. And with 8:15 remaining here in the first half, Jersey Shore will have it again, 40-0 with the lead, and their offense has been a juggernaut.
You know, the Braves don't have a first down yet, Kevin.
No, you are correct. Shikellamy Braves football on WKOK, sponsored in part by Service First Federal Credit Union, Blaze Alexander Buick GMC, and America's Hose Company. Here comes the handoff over to the near side, and immediately Luke Snyder is going to wrap up number 1, Elijah Jordan, and he will get to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be it. And Jordan a little bit frustrated on that one because he got manhandled that time by Snyder.
Somebody lost, looks like a thigh pad there, Kevin, on that play.
That's not easy to get. How do you get a thigh pad out?
I have no idea, but isn't that what it looks like?
A little bit. Yeah. Tyson to the far side. Here's the pitch to Jordan to the far side. Braves are going to try and string it out. Snyder got involved in some traffic. Still comes up to help make the play as he finished off on the far side with the original connection made by Moyer. So that'll be at the 49-yard line, a gain of a few here. About 2-3 yards. 3rd down and 7. Back to pass to the near side. Incomplete. Intended on the near side to Tyson, but very good defense by Lattimore.
Yeah, Lattimore did a nice job of not, of basically keeping him in front, and then when he caught the ball, he made the tackle right away, and the ball came out. So this is the second time that the Braves defense has forced a punt.
Keaton was injured last week, I believe. Don't think we saw him at all last week. So Pollock is back deep. He is the dangerous one. We'll see if Herr tries to boot it away from him. Here comes Herr with the boot. And he'll send it to the sideline, trying to get it away from the dangerous one. But this is going to be stopped at the 25-yard line. That's where the official will camp out. And it'll be 1st and 10, Shikellamy at the 25-yard line. Shikellamy Braves football on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, brought to you in part by W&L Subaru, Lackawanna College, and Zimmerman Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram Truck. Well, Dodge, too. I forgot to mention Dodge.
We got 7:10 to go here in the second quarter. 1st and 10 for the Braves. It looks like on their own 25-yard line. Here's the tough aspect that I'm sure Coach Leiby's going through as he's trying to run an offense. They haven't been able to run the ball. They haven't been able to pass the ball. And, it's just like the momentum is so overwhelming for those 8 guys there. the linemen and the linebackers that the Braves have just been overwhelmed.
What was that line by John McKay when he was coaching the Bucks? We didn't block well, but we made up for it by not tackling. Here comes Brody, and he pump fakes and then finds the turf.
Number
And
75.
again, it's going to be the nose tackle, Walker Jr., who's had a career night tonight. He came into the game with 12 tackles and a tackle for the loss. He's got 2 sacks tonight and an interception.
Well, he did a nice job. I think in wrestling they call that an upper body throw, and Brody should know about that because he's been a great wrestler.
He's had some success on the wrestling, on the wrestling,
But when
as
you're
Steve Williams would say.
But when you're holding the football, it's hard to counter that move.
It is a little bit now. That's pretty good. Trips a bunch formation to the near side. Raybuck now will make the pitch to Baez, and Baez goes nowhere.
It's like nobody.
Oh, gee, I bet you can't guess who made the tackle. Walker Jr.
Walker Jr., yeah.
Wow. I mean, obviously Jersey Shore playing with a ton of emotion tonight anyway. That goes without saying, but they are just right now beating Shikellamy to the snap and to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 23.
And the Braves have the ball on their 13. They start at the 25, so they've lost 12 yards in the last 2 plays.
Ball at the 13-yard line, 5:42 to go here in the first half. Raybuck back to pass. He's going to roll out. He tries to fire one, and he is drilled. As soon as he threw that ball, he got hit hard by number 53, Preston Beatty. So that'll go incomplete, and the officials are going to talk about something. I didn't see a flag there.
Well, they're discussing whether that was intentional grounding.
Well, he was hit.
But I know there was nobody over there, so I'm sure they're not going to charge him.
No, I don't think you can call that grounding because he was actually in contact.
In the grass.
The defender was in contact. That's the right call.
Yeah.
That's the right. Now, I would say if there's no contact being made, you're absolutely right.
Oh, I didn't think it was grounding.
Oh, no.
But I thought that's what they were talking about.
No, I don't think you thought it was that.
Yeah.
I don't think you thought I thought that that's what I thought.
Well, anyway, Brody's got to punt the ball away.
And they are going to allow him to do that with a 4th and 23 from the 13-yard line. 5:35 remaining here in the first half. 40-0 Jersey Shore. I don't know if you can see it on our WKOK Sports YouTube channel, but we'll talk about it here in just a minute behind Brody in the end zone as he boots the ball away. And they'll hit and let it drop at the 50, take a Shikellamy roll to the 45, and be down at the Jersey Shore 43-yard line. By the scoreboard, like I said, I don't know if you could see it on WKOK Sports YouTube channel, but there is a PennDOT sign. Thank you. I couldn't think of it. There's a PennDOT sign that is flashing number 4 Bulldog Nation, and then Stronger Together. We saw that coming in. I didn't know exactly what they were doing with it, but as the night came out and the lights took effect, they started to light it up with that. I thought that was a cool thing to use for use of a PennDOT sign tonight. So the Bulldogs still have their starters in yet with Loomis getting the ball. He's going to hand it off, though, to a new back here tonight.
Luke Snyder with the tackle for a loss.
That's going to be Talon Mock, the junior. And that will be actually a loss of 1.
That's what I said. Luke Snyder with a tackle for the loss.
Yeah, but you didn't say 1.
Okay. -1. Here's a
Here
jet
comes
sweep.
It's going to be Jordan on the near side. Almost a hold there, fighting through it. Snyder comes up and makes the play. Luke Keeley, though, kept that one from going too far outside, but he almost got held and worked his way through it to almost make the play even.
Again, Luke Snyder from that inside linebacker position, got out there but he didn't really tackle him, but he kind of made him go inside and he slipped.
Sechrist back to pass on the play fake. Right down the middle on the post pattern, right to number 9, Ashton Swaley. And Swaley will get a gain of 14 and a first down to the Shikellamy 45-yard line. And the Bulldogs now with the ball in play with 4:20 remaining. A pass to the far side of the field. It is complete over to the far side to Samar. And he will be dropped at the 34-yard line. That's good enough for another first down, gain of 12.
It's very obvious, Kevin, that every one of these Bulldog players have spent a little time in the weight room.
Oh, yeah.
Because you cannot arm tackle any of them.
Talk about that here in just a minute. I want to share a story. There's the handoff right up the middle, looking for a little running room is Mock. Mock will find some, drags a couple of tacklers across the 30 to the 27-yard line, and that'll be a gain of 7 as soon as we get a chance. Well, you know, I was talking with the coaching staff, and Coach Leiby actually is who we were talking with. They said, what do you see as the difference? We'll finish that in a minute. Pass falls incomplete as Loomis was trying to get it to the near side to Tyson. I said, what do you see as the big difference between Jersey Shore now and the Jersey Shore maybe 10, 15 years ago even? And he said, you know what it was? The weight room. He said, these guys are not big, huge, but they're strong and fast. And he said, that's what the weight room does. Here's a handoff right up the middle, and Mock will get to the 25-yard line, and Mock will come up with a 4th down and about 1 situation.
I would even say less than 1, Kevin.
And they're going to go to a tight eye. This is a rarity. Handoff, first back through, and plowing the way through is going to be Sechrist.
He sidestepped and picked up another 5 to 6 yards.
Bo with, I don't know if he had a carry this year or not. No, he did have. He had 2 carries so far this year for the sophomore. Defensive standout, though, tonight.
This is like trying to stop a steamroller.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Wow.
And there's nobody that's going to stop Sechrist now. He's down into the end zone for a touchdown from 15 yards out. Bo Sechrist with his first touchdown of the season.
Well, Kevin, if you are trying to get your linebackers to help out in those gaps and they get stuck inside, in that particular play, there was nobody in that. I'd call it the left tackle gap, and he found that seam and just went right through it.
Hurrying for the extra point. 46-0 right now, and there's one too many players in there, and you can't. It's really hard. If you're watching on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, you'll see the player run off. Unfortunately, he has to run off right in front of the referee wearing the white hat, and that is not going to be something you're going to get away with.
And you know, I'm thinking they're putting a game in motion for the extra point.
I did have that thought as well. It's an unfortunate situation, but I'm sure Jersey Shore making some substitutions here as well. With 3:13 to go. Now a field goal type extra point. The kick is up, drifting to the left upright, and it is good. 47-0. Jersey Shore leading it after that, what turned out to be about a 15-yard or 20-yard field goal.
Well, 47-0 with 3:13 to go here in the second quarter.
Well, I think you got it right now. Our leading candidate for the Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game happened very early on, and that was the interception return for a touchdown, because that set the tone here early in this, but we'll have it for you in the postgame of the radio broadcast.
I would say it's the entire defense. Defense for
that's another one with 4 interceptions here tonight. No question. We'll take a look at our Blaze Alexander Buick GMC out-of-town scoreboard here in just a moment as we check some baseballs for you. End of the third, Phillies leading the Braves 3-1. Reminder, Saturday night will be the next broadcast on WKOK for Shikellamy football. They'll take on the Seals in the Rally in the Valley at Shikellamy Stadium. Airtime set for 6:30 Saturday night. And at the 18-yard line, looking for a little bit of running room and finding 0. Is that Benedict there was running that one? I'm not sure. No, actually it was going to. It's actually 35. Owen Elliott, 35.
Yeah, 35 had it. So Kevin, what do you tell your kids at halftime if you're Coach Kaiser?
Listen, we got to build on something. We need to find something here that's going to work and build on that. This game's done. Let's look at next week. You got a game Saturday against your rival. What do you find on that one?
Well, normally, if the game would have been played Friday, Shikellamy would have come up here, or the Jersey Shore would have came down to Shikellamy for a junior varsity game. So maybe the second half
will be a JV
game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know, though.
That's a good point, though. 3:08 remaining, 47-0. Jersey Shore on top. Raybuck now the sophomore at quarterback. In the spread formation in the shotgun. He will hand it off to Baez. Baez breaks a couple of tackles, sneaks his way through. I see a couple of new numbers in for Jersey Shore. Looked like Trent Severino on the tackle.
Another Severino. Wasn't that the name of the running back for Central Mass? Kevin, there's a snake down here.
No, it's your size 14 shoes.
15. It's an orange snake and a black snake.
Just don't pull the cord out of the wall. That's all I'm asking.
Every time I move my foot, there's a cord.
Raybuck with a man in motion. It's tight quarters here in the
I'm
broadcast
starting to feel
facility.
like John Kruk. All right.
He's starting to sound like Kruk. Baez on the right side across the 25 to the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. We'll bring up a third down and about 5.
Nice move. I mean, he hit the hole real nice, and, his momentum carried him into the secondary. And I think one guy was probably the only person that got a hand on him, put him down.
Baez now with as many carries tonight as he's had all year for the 6'1", 203-pound junior. This time, Raybuck had to come to the sideline for the play. Clock winding with 1:54 to go here in the first half. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Third down and 5 at the 25. Braves have not had a first down tonight. And it'll be Baez finding a hole, slides through it to the 25-yard line, and that will be all he gets. We'll take this opportunity to pause. 10 seconds for station identification. This is Shikellamy Braves football. Kevin Herr along with the Chief, Dave Ritchie, our technical director on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, Nigel Kurtz, our videographer and camera operator, Daniel Harrod. Minute 10 remaining here in the first quarter first half at Jersey Shore. Another punting situation for Raybuck. Low snap, worm burner, gets it away, gets a nice one away. At about the 45-yard line, on the run to the far side is Hale. Hale, the gang's all here, and he gets it to the 41-yard line.
Tackled by number 23.
And that would be Luke Snyder.
I thought you know that one by heart.
I do on the offensive side, but you know what? On special teams, I don't expect it as much on that side.
Luke has not played the last 2 offensive series, and I think that was a smart move.
Yeah, he's not playing in this defensive series either. I see a lot of changes here on the for the Braves in this series. Jersey Shore looks like they may have made a couple of substitutions in the backfield, and there is a new quarterback. We'll get it for you in a second. Coming to the near side is Paul Hale. Hale runs it himself to the 35, down to the 33-yard line. Hale, the quarterback now, a 6', 180-pound junior, has not had a stat that I was aware of this year.
Was he the Hale that just returned the punt?
It was indeed.
He's not as big as Loomis, but I think he's a little faster.
Hale 6', 180. Loomis 6'3". Oh, wow, a big-time stick by A.J. Bennick.
I thought A.J. was going to pick that one off, and there was nothing in front of him except green.
Benedict really put a stick on the back that time.
That's going to be it, Kevin.
And that will do it for the first half of play. At the end of the first 24, it is Jersey Shore 47, Shikellamy nothing. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK, WKOK.com, and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel.
At Zerman's, we know buying a vehicle is an important decision, and we treat it that way. No matter if you're buying one of our pre-owned vehicles for under $10,000 or a brand new fully loaded Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, or any vehicle in between, our friendly and knowledgeable staff works hard to offer quality vehicles and a great experience. We've been proud to be serving your transportation needs since 1889. So if you're tired of having to give your social security number before going on a test drive or a blood sample before getting your trade appraised, maybe it's time to experience what we call the Zerman difference.
You can serve. You can protect. America needs criminal justice professionals now more than ever, and you can become one of them with an associate and/or bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Lackawanna College Sunbury campus. criminal justice is a growing field where you can make a difference as a police or correctional officer, in private security, investigation, or with government agencies. So take the first step. Visit lackawanna.edu. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
The Northumberland National Bank, proudly serving our community for over 120 years. And now we've taken a giant leap into the future with a brand new online and mobile banking experience. Our mobile app lets you manage your finances from the comfort of your home or on the go. With remote deposit capture, simply snap a picture of your check and it's deposited securely into your account. Experience the ease and convenience of banking like never before, like checking your credit score on the go or applying for a mortgage right from your home. Visit our website at noribank.com. The Northumberland National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This world is filled with breathtaking moments where every road is an invitation to adventure and new stories. Built for those who crave exploration, freedom of the open road, and above all, safety. Subaru will take you through the rugged mountains and everywhere in between, empowering you to experience the wonders of nature like never before. Whether you're a trailblazer or a weekend explorer, come and visit W&L Subaru, where we will help you discover the joy of driving and embrace your love of the great outdoors.
Welcome back to Jersey Shore. Kevin Herr along with the Chief, Dave Ritchie. Halftime here at Thompson Street Stadium. It has been all Bulldogs from the opening minutes of this one. You can obviously there was a ton of emotion in this game for the Bulldogs. They took a moment of silence in the pregame after doing the national anthem and after doing the alma mater, which, by the way, instead of one, they did all the verses of it. Normally you see the alma mater cut in half at most of these games, but this time they did the whole thing, and also had a nice little moment there where they honored number 4, Max Engel, who we lost over the weekend. And, of course, for those of you, and I imagine there's maybe one or two that didn't realize, Max collapsed during the Selinsgrove Jersey Shore game a week ago on Friday night, and unfortunately did not recover from that incident. And they have a number 4 in the center of the field. They have number 4s painted in orange at the 40-yard line, and also number 4 in the end zone. And of course they brought out Max's jersey as well, and there's a lot of fundraisers going on here in the stadium, a lot of buckets for people to donate. And the last I looked at, they had a GoFundMe page that was around $55,000. Their goal was about 50, and that went up not even a few days ago. So the community coming together here for Jersey Shore and to honor Max, as well as help the family as best they can. And with all that emotion, there was not a step missed by this Jersey Shore defense, as right out of the gate, Samar grabs an interception, turns it into an 18-yard pick six with 9:05 to go in the first quarter. Made it 7-0. That was on the Braves' second possession. Jersey Shore then came back with a Seacrest 4-yard touchdown run. Just about 2 minutes later, the extra point was no good. It was 13-0. 4:31 to go in the first quarter. A 29-yard Tyson touchdown run made it 19-0 with the missed extra point. Then 2.5 minutes later, with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, again after another interception, the third of the night for Brody Raybuck, it was Seacrest who raced it in 22 yards for his second touchdown of the night, made it 26-0. Jordan with 1:08 to go in the first quarter, raced it in from 10 yards out, and that became Jordan's 4th touchdown of the season. The extra point was good, made it 33-0. As we rolled into the second quarter, it was a new opportunity, a passing touchdown, a 34-yard pass to Ashton Sweely, the senior receiver. He grabs his 4th catch of the year and his first touchdown, a 34-yarder. The extra point was good, and with 10:31 to go in the second, it was 40-0, and the scoring was capped by Bo Sechrist, who then came in at running back, had 2 carries coming into this game for the outstanding defender and the leading tackler on this defense. He came in on the sophomore came in on the offensive side of the ball at running back, raced it in 15 yards for the touchdown with 3:13 to go in the second, and that's where we stand at the half, 47-0. There has been a sea of orange in the stands. There's been a sea of orange on the track around the stadium, and there's been a sea of orange in the Shikellamy backfield tonight.
Well, Brody's probably never going to wear orange again.
I don't think so.
So this is this is an excellent football team. I mean, they have developed quite the program up here. You talk about Southern's program, but I think Jersey Shore's program is pretty good. All right, they have to play at I think are they 4?
Yeah.
So they have to play a little bit higher, a little bit bigger schools when they go to states, but they're very capable of taking this team deep into the playoffs.
This up-tempo offense is very tough to defend because they'll spread you out, then they'll run the ball with these great running backs. I mean, we've seen some outstanding runs here already from Tate Sechrist and Elijah Jordan. Sechrist is the guy between the tackles. Jordan's the one that will go to the outside. And then when you just start to get to the comfort zone of being able to control the running game, then Loomis will find somebody on the edges and make a big pass play. You know, Dathan Thomas, the leading receiver here, averaging 10 yards a carry. I don't know that he's had a target tonight.
No, he hasn't, Kevin. Here's something else. That defense has not given Brody a chance to throw the ball, but what Selinsgrove did was they hit some quick slants. Well, Brody's not even getting a chance to do that. And
no, those quick slants ended up being interceptions.
The ones we had here, yeah, you're right. So the Braves go have Selinsgrove come to town on Saturday night, and some people say that Selinsgrove is a better football team than this team. I think they have skill people that
absolutely
that are probably just as good here, but they also have an experienced line. These kids have been through Selinsgrove's kids have been through the works the last 2 years, and this is their year to shine. That offensive defensive line.
Well, the other thing I think that stands out here is last Friday night, Jersey Shore was stymied a little bit in the running game by Selinsgrove and then had to throw the ball and wasn't as effective. They've been very effective tonight throwing the ball.
Selinsgrove made, I don't know what the adjustments were on their defense at halftime, but when they came out, it was 21-14 at that time with Jersey Shore ahead. When they came out, Jersey Shore couldn't run the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, they did a great job of stopping it, so they adjusted and did a decent job. And I'm telling you, if you stop a team like Jersey Shore from running the ball, you've got some pretty – we have one stud, and that's number 23 in the middle. Selinsgrove probably has 5 or 6 of them in there. So, yeah, but you know what? Here's a team that's got a lot of freshmen out there that are playing Shikellamy, and you take your lumps and, you look at these teams that you're playing and how well they've developed, and maybe this idea, like you talked about Coach Libby saying, the weight room, maybe this will start to take effect and get everybody involved.
Halftime at Thompson Street Stadium with the Bulldogs leading the Braves by a score of 47-0. This is Shikellamy football on News Radio 1070 WKOK and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel.
The Sunbury Motor Company.
Austin Martin, Kia Elite Sales Consultant, Maranatha Christian School.
Amber Wren, Certified Hyundai and Lincoln Sales Consultant, Selinsgrove Area High School.
Ian Chikuski, Certified Ford Sales Professional, Mount Carmel and Shamokin area.
Christopher Stengline, Ford Certified Sales Consultant, Selinsgrove Area High School.
Tom Mertz, 4th generation owner, Sunbury Motor Company, Shikellamy High School.
A tradition of trust since 1915.
When you shop at Wise, you now get rewards points for almost everything you buy. From coffee to croutons, seltzer to salad dressing, mustard to moose tracks. And all those points add up to big savings on food and fuel. Saving money? That's smart. Earning points every time you shop? That's Wise.
Eat better, spend less. That's Wise.
See wisemarkets.com for program details and exclusions.
Keep on trucking at Blaze Alexander Ford. We currently have the largest selection of F-150 trucks in the area, and we're taking up to $7,900 off. If you're looking for an F-150, an F-250, gas or diesel, we've got them. Plus, we've got the Bronco Sport, the Explorer, the Edge, and the Escape, all at the area's lowest price guarantee. If a pre-owned vehicle is what you're after, we currently have over 150 pre-owned vehicles in stock, starting at just $99 a month with a warranty. Only at Blaze Alexander Ford, Route 45 in Lewisburg, where you're always going to get the lowest price guaranteed.
I think it's BW3 or something like that. Back at Thompson Street Stadium, Kevin Herr along with the Chief Dave Ritchie on WKOK, WKOK.com, and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. It's been all Jersey Shore, 47-0. Stats all over the place for Jersey Shore. Big stat, Brody Raybuck with the 4 interceptions here tonight, all leading to scores in some form or another, and of course, one leading to the first score of the game with an 18-yard interception return for a touchdown. I think the biggest stat that stands out is the Braves are still looking for a first down right now.
They sure are, Kevin, and it's been a struggle. I thought they were going to pick one up there right before the half, but on a 3rd and 5, they got no gain and they had to punt.
So at the half, it is Shikellamy trailing Jersey Shore 47-0. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel.
At Zerman's, we know buying a vehicle is an important decision, and we treat it that way. No matter if you're buying one of our pre-owned vehicles for under $10,000 or a brand new fully loaded Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, or any vehicle in between, our friendly and knowledgeable staff works hard to offer quality vehicles and a great experience. We've been proud to be serving your transportation needs since 1889. So if you're tired of having to give your social security number before going on a test drive or a blood sample before getting your trade appraised, maybe it's time to experience what we call the Zerman difference.
These days, there's no shortage of people in need of help, but there is a shortage of people who can truly provide the assistance that people in our communities need. If you're the kind of person who's here to help others, Lackawanna College is here to help you start a rewarding career in human services. From basic necessities to guidance, counseling, and treatment, take a closer look at a career in human services. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Visit lackawanna.edu today.
This world is filled with breathtaking moments where every road is an invitation to adventure and new stories. Built for those who crave exploration, freedom of the open road, and above all, safety. Subaru will take you through the rugged mountains and everywhere in between, empowering you to experience the wonders of nature like never before. Whether you're a trailblazer or a weekend explorer, come and visit W&L Subaru, where we will help you discover the joy of driving and embrace your love of the great outdoors.
The basic one is built for one person. You can actually do replay with it because it'll automatic 7-second replay. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly right. I get you. I keep saying one of these years. Welcome back to Thompson Street Stadium here in Jersey Shore. Monday Night Football high school version with the Bulldogs leading 47-0 here as we get ready to start the second half. Don't forget, next Friday night, the Braves will be off. They have postponed that game with Selinsgrove to Saturday. You can hear coverage beginning on WKOK at 6:30 Saturday night from Shikellamy Stadium. Game time is set for 7, and that's when our WKOK Sports YouTube channel will come up. And it'll be another opportunity for you to check in with the Chief and see if he can correctly answer our our rules of the game.
All right, let's do another one.
Before we're ready for him to answer it.
How about in college? Where do they start in college?
Is that the 25-yard line?
I think you're right.
It's either the 25 or the 35. I think it's the 25. And you know what the sad part is? I've seen it about 17 times watching on television and a couple of Bucknell games that I've actually been a part of. Well, the broadcast. I wasn't a part of the game, but.
So what'd you do on your weekend off since you didn't have to go Friday night or Saturday to Bucknell?
Got everything organized for Monday Night Football on WKOK.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
and Saturday Night Football the following week, following Saturday.
Remember when you were a kid, you get up Saturday morning and all you do is watch cartoons for 4 hours? And
yes.
I mean, those days are long gone.
No, they're gone. They're gone.
Forever.
I mean, it was a nice thought. Both teams have made their appearance back out on the field and are warming up, and looks like Raybuck is warming up as well at quarterback. Wasn't sure if maybe we'd see the sophomore continue.
Who is the backup quarterback for Shikellamy?
You know what?
It used to be Asher Moyer.
I believe it's Corbin Stahl.
I think you're right.
Maddox Hoover, also the freshman, is listed as a quarterback, but I think it's Stahl that's actually the number 2 on the depth chart.
I'm going to have to get to a home JV game. I'd like to see the JVs play.
Well, the good news is you'll be able to watch some home games at Shikellamy Stadium, including Saturday night, where the Braves take on Selinsgrove for the Rally in the Valley. That will be a home game on the new turf that they debuted a couple of weeks ago, and the new track that has been now installed and appropriately settled. Is that the word for it?
Cured.
Cured. Thank you.
It's like a ham, all right? You have to cure your ham before you can eat it. You have to cure the track before you can step on it.
Now I'm hungry. I was okay.
I could use some baked ham.
Baked ham would be good?
Yeah, well, with a little brown sugar.
Yeah, but that's glazed. That's glazed ham. That's not baked. If you're doing the brown sugar thing, it's glazed.
But you glaze it after you bake it.
Okay. Well, I thought you glazed it while you baked it.
You can. You get it out and baste it all the time.
See, I'm better at turkey than I am at ham. I can make a good turkey.
That's because you got a turkey fryer, right?
No.
Oh.
No, I use the oven and a browning bag.
Well, that's what I do with the turkey.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll get to do that pretty soon. As soon as football's
do you ever
over.
notice when things start to get a little bit out of hand, you and I start talking about food?
Yes.
How does that happen?
And look at us.
Well, I know what my problem is. Luke Ryan ready to boot the ball away for the Braves. I'm sorry, let me correct that. Connor Stees for the Braves. That'll be his first kick of the night. That ball hits the ground, picked up by Elijah Jordan at about the 25 to the 30. And he will be down to the 32-yard line. Actually picked that ball up closer to the 20-yard line. So we'll see what the Bulldogs decide to do. They had a number 2 quarterback in there a few moments ago before the half, Paul Hale. And we'll see if number 5 comes back out at quarterback, and it appears to be Hale again. No. Yes, it is Hale. Sorry. There's Hale. He will hand it off to Sechrist. Bo Sechrist will push the pile across the 40-yard line to the 43-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 on the 12-yard gain.
Looks like most of Jersey Shore's other starters are still in the game, Kevin.
I would imagine if I was deciding what to do in this one, I'd probably play the first series of the second half with him. Now to the handoff, coming to the near side, looking for running room there is Malk. And he will get to the 49-yard line of Shikellamy. Be a gain of 7, 2nd down and 3. Under center once again is Hale. Hale with a man in motion to the far side. That's Watkins. Here comes the pitch left side by Malk, and Malk is snowed under for a loss, maybe of 1 to the 49-yard line. Right there for the Braves on the tackle, number 33, A.J. Benedict.
Yeah, but you know, Asher Moyer from that outside position crashed and made him turn in on that quick pitch. That's what made the play. There's a nice hit, too.
Yeah, right there. Immediately, Sechrist gets the ball and is immediately hit and dropped. That looked like it was, I was going to say, is that going to be Brett's Noah Johnson?
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen too much of Noah Johnson this year, but he's getting some playing time now. Now the Braves are going to make a swap here and go with 2 safeties.
No, they're going to
No, it's a punting situation. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's the first time I've seen Jersey Shore do that tonight.
It's actually the 3rd time. But you haven't been watching, so.
Fair catch at the 10-yard line.
Great punt. Great punt by the Jersey Shore punter.
It was a beauty, and her averaging 32 yards a punt gave Pollock no chance to return that one. I was trying to get some of the new players in and didn't realize it was 4th down, but they, like you said, they've only done it 3 times. I can't remember last time I saw him punt the ball.
That was a really nice defensive stand by the Braves defense. That was great.
It was reminiscent of the first series that Jersey Shore had the ball in Shikellamy territory, and then they had to punt the ball away at the 10-yard line and a fair catch.
I'm almost going to agree with you that interception for that pick 6 was probably the backbreaker, because after that everything kind of slid away from the Braves.
It fell right away, yeah. That could very well be our Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game. Clock will wind, by the way, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Rolling out to the far side is Raybuck. Sliding and making the catch on the far side.
Charlie Walters.
Yeah, that is Charlie. He missed him earlier in the game, but got him on that one for a gain of about 3. Clock will continue to run except on timeouts and on scores. And, of course, penalties. They'll stop it long enough to give the penalty. But we are in the high school PIAA mercy rule.
Well, Kevin, if you're going to catch a Brody Raybuck pass, you better have your hands ready, because he throws what they call a heavy ball, all right?
Raybuck rolling out to the near side, and a sliding attempt, but falling short is Owen Elliott.
That was a little short, all right? The pass was a little bit short, but again, Brody he's right-handed and he's rolling out to his left, so sometimes you don't get the shoulders around enough and you come up a little short on it, but he was wide open.
Braves still looking for their first down of the evening. They just have not been able to get anything going here tonight. Braves would like to get something they can hang their hat on coming into next week. Raybuck with a sidecar, actually pistol formation. Back to pass, looking to the near side. And he comes in and finds Pollock. Pollock trying to spin out of a tackle, but it's going to be really tough to spin out of a Jersey Shore tackle, because these guys, including Peyton Whitman, are sure tacklers. He's going to come about a yard short to bring up a 4th down and 1, and we'll see if the Braves just decide to get something going here.
No, they're going to punt.
See if they maybe try and draw him offside and take a
hard count.
Maybe do a hard count, maybe take the penalty or snap it late. One of the two.
They don't have enough people in. Where do I go? What do I do?
And they are going to have to take a timeout
yes,
anyway. And that is going to anger Coach Kaiser, because they have had some trouble with the special teams getting them in and out here properly. Let's take a quick look at our Blaze Alexander Buick GMC Truck Sunbury out-of-town scoreboard. Baseball-wise, top of the 5th, Phillies leading the Braves by a score of 4-1. We'll take a look at some of the NFL Monday Night Football games going on. Steelers leading the Brownies by a score of 7-3. That's with 7:28 to go in the first quarter. And in the other Monday night game just before the half, New Orleans 6, Carolina 3. Maybe that Steelers-Browns game should have been our Blaze Alexander Ford Built Ford Tough game of the week.
We could have done that, couldn't we, Kevin?
Yeah, I wish I would have thought of that now. Maybe we'll do that for the second half.
All right.
So punt formation for the Braves, 2 back deep, and one of them is Mauk. Low snap, worm burner, picked up by Raybuck, and he put his foot into that one. High end over end kick, taken on the run by Hale. Hale to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, spun out of bounds, or just short of out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
I think that was Willie Bender, number 55, made the tackle, Kevin.
That might have been a touchdown saving tackle as well.
Yeah, and Willie is a freshman also, Kev.
Well, you look at this Shikellamy team and you look at how young they are. I mean, Raybuck a sophomore, Pollock a freshman, Keeley a sophomore. There's a lot, and across this front line, even Noah Johnson was starting last week at guard as a freshman. Bulldogs with the ball. Hale will have it. He'll hand it off. Looking for running room now is going to be Mauk.
Looks like he picked up a yard to 0. Kevin.
Might have got
a yard.
Might have gotten a yard, but they'll make it 2nd down and 9.
Well, Jersey Shore freely substituting now, Kevin.
Yeah, they're going to substitute the front, especially the offensive line. And a play fake coming to the near side is going to be, again, Hale. Hale will get to the corner, and he will be into the end zone. Touchdown, Jersey Shore, as Hale took it in from 31 yards out.
That kid's got some pick him up and put him down, Kevin. That was
Indeed.
pretty impressive. You know, he got by number 4 and just headed for the flag, and nobody was going to catch him.
Ernie Harwell, the late Ernie Harwell, would say he was long gone. Snaps down, sets up, the kick is up, and it is good. 54-0 with 6:49 to go here in the third quarter of play at Jersey Shore, where the Bulldogs have dominated this from the opening moments of this game. Actually, that's probably not accurate. The second series of this game for the Shikellamy Braves. They have dominated from that point forward. Coming up on Saturday night, the Braves will be hosting Selinsgrove in the Rally in the Valley. We'll have the game for you on WKOK beginning at 6:30. And then coverage on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel gets underway just before kickoff from Shikellamy Stadium.
Kevin.
54-0, Jersey Shore leading and ready to kick the ball away. And again, the Braves have too many men on the field. And they get one off in time. Here comes the boot from her. He can put him in the end zone. He has a couple of touchbacks, but it's this time going to be coming back the other direction. Looking for room is Pollock off the left side. And boy, he has not had a chance to get the afterburners going. He was knocked off his feet at the 21-yard line.
Well, you know, a good football team has good special teams, and Jersey Shore's done a nice job of covering punts. They've done a nice job of covering kickoffs. Now, granted, a lot of times the kickoffs were just high pooch punts to the middle receivers, all right, but the Braves, I think Luke Snyder got one good return in all the kickoffs that they had.
Yeah, Peyton Samar on the tackle for Jersey Shore. I don't think the Braves have a first down yet. They're still trying to find one.
They do not, Kevin.
So a couple of changes here for the Bulldogs. On the near side, Evan Snyder is the new corner. New safety will be Luke Ryan. Brody will still be at quarterback with Baez to his left. Back to pass with some time. Looks over. Looks long downfield. He's trying to find Pollock. Pollock had it, but couldn't hang on at the 45-yard line. It would have been a beauty of a catch, but Pollock just lost it off his fingertips.
That was a well-thrown ball. That was a spot pass, all right. And you're right. It was just, I mean, he had to stretch out, and I think that's when he lost it, but it was in his grasp. I thought he had it right in his, I thought he was going to be able to pull it in.
He had it in his hands. When he hit the ground is when the ball popped out, unfortunately.
That's pretty cool.
It was definitely one of the better passes and opportunities of the game. Raybuck now rolling out to the near side. He's going to find the swing out to the tight end, and cannot hang on is Walter. That one falls incomplete, 3rd and 10.
I think number 84 was looking up field before he caught the ball, or maybe he was anticipating somebody going to hit him, because Jersey Shore's put a couple of licks on our receivers.
And we talk about young guys. There's another one. Charlie
Freshman.
Walter is a 6'1 freshman. 5:15 remaining here in a running clock, third quarter. Jersey Shore 53, Shikellamy nothing.
And Kevin, you know, these freshmen, a lot of them play the varsity game, and then they play the JV game too, which is good.
Raybuck back to pass now. Quick hit in the middle. Hitting right across the middle is Owen Elliott, and Elliott took a bit of a shot there.
That's
but
a
he gets
first down too, Kevin.
And it is indeed a Shikellamy first down. First one of the ball game at the 33-yard line. The Braves finally get the opportunity to move the sticks.
It'd do the Braves a lot if they could punch one in.
Yeah, it makes the next few days easier. Raybuck gets the direct snap, swings it out. Incomplete, and I think Elliott heard the footsteps that time as he got lined up there by Evan Snyder.
Well, the defensive backs for Jersey Shore, I think they've got great timing. They just do a nice job of, you know, they know they're not going to make the interception, but they get there just as the person's catching the ball.
Well, let's be honest. Coach Gravish has done a heck of a job here in Jersey Shore to make this a perennial program. You know, for a long time, Jersey Shore was the doormat of the league, let's be honest. And this program has done a complete 180 over the last decade and almost two now. Right down the middle, flag flies. Elliott will take the catch at about the 35-yard line and draw a sea of orange like it's already Halloween.
I would imagine that's a hold.
It's right at the line of scrimmage.
We have not seen many. Of course, he's pointing to the Jersey Shore.
Braves have not had a penalty tonight, except for the
original one.
Well, except for the delay.
Holding against the Braves.
That will be the first kind of real play penalty, I will call it. Of course, the Braves called a timeout before they got that delay penalty for too many men.
They declined the penalty. Well, that'll make it 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. Not a bad choice.
Ball at the 36-yard line of Shikellamy.
Gives, you know, it tells you they got a little bit of confidence. And like Kevin, you said, the linemen are all new linemen.
I'd like to see them look for Fastbinder and use his height on the far side. Pressure coming up the middle. Quickly gets rid of it. He finds Pollock, makes a man miss. Here comes Pollock down the sidelines. There is no one that can catch him. He is into the end zone. Touchdown, Shikellamy.
They made a mistake, Kevin. They missed the initial tackle, and he just lit him up.
One man to tackle is not going to get the job done with the speedy freshman who now grabs his 3rd touchdown of the season. This one coming from 64 yards out.
I think
not as long as for the season.
I think he's had 3 pretty long ones, hasn't he, Kevin?
Yes, all 3 have been as long as 78.
Well, we'll see if Connor Steese can get the extra point.
Steese 5 for 7 for extra point opportunities.
That makes Brody feel pretty good too.
No question.
Has to.
And that was a little wide receiver out pattern.
Yeah.
It was a quick hitter.
It was one. There was only one receiver on this side. Remember, they had trips on the other side.
Snyder on the hold, and the Braves still one player short. They're going to make him come on now. Still loads the time on the play clock. Luke will call for the ball. High snap over his head. Luke's got to pick it up and do something with it. Can't do anything with it. Ball still on the ground, and Luke covers it as he's laying on the ground at the 23-yard line.
That snap was high.
Real high. That one was.
That would have been high if he was standing up to catch it as a punt.
What are those? Did you see him the other night? The satellites they shot up into the space that were in a line.
No, I did not see that.
I can't remember the name of him right now, and it's drama. And I know everybody listening and watching now is yelling right now at their TV set and radio what the name of it was. But
come on, Hurd.
They come out in a line, and I missed it the other night. But that one was just about as high as those satellites are.
Yeah, okay.
I know. I just blew it there. It was it was going to be good, and then when you don't remember what it's called, it's over.
You remember what? Well, yeah, sure. Yeah, that's great, though. It really was nice to see the Braves put one on the board. That kid is something. I've said, I think I say, everybody says, he's just fun to watch. And he's
Starlink.
Okay.
Sorry.
I thought you were
I'm at the age now when it pops in your head, you got to say it because you'll forget it in 5 minutes.
It wasn't Skylink, was it?
No, that's a whole different.
I know the Terminator.
That's a whole different thing. Ball hitting at the 20 to the 15, down to the 10. Picked up at the 10 by Brody Herr. He's going to go to the far side. He's a kicker with speed. Gets to the edge. Brody's got down the sidelines to the 50. Makes a man miss to the 40 and tripped up at the 45-yard line.
That's good because the next person in line was the kicker, and I don't think that. I don't think that Steese wanted any part of that boy.
I'll tell you what. Who says kickers don't have speed? Brody Herr just lit that one up. And he was coming from the near side of the field all the way to the far side, got to the sideline, and he just looked for the end zone. 35-yard line is where the Bulldogs will have it. And now Hale in at quarterback, waiting for his backfield to come with him. Lost the handle, got it back.
Ooh.
Gives it off to Sechrist, and Sechrist goes nowhere.
That's two great hits. First of all, by Baez, and then I think that was Asher Moyer came up. Wow.
Yep.
Baez stands him up, and Moyer finishes him off.
Second down and 11 after the loss of 1. Jersey Shore again substituting situationally and individually.
The Braves are playing a lot of younger kids too right now. Although, how can you play younger kids than freshmen?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Ryan in motion to the far side. Flags fly all over the place. And with the ball is going to be Malk, and he will come to the 34-yard line after a gain of 2 after the illegal shift called against Jersey Shore.
Big old number 78, John Rosinski, in on that tackle. I don't know if it was 57 or 55. I don't know if it was Spottinelli or if it was Trian. Both of those guys were over there, but if they're going to mark this penalty off.
It had to be 56 is Spontarelli.
57, I think. 57,
that's Trian.
Trian. And 55 is Willie Bender, those two.
Yes.
So one of those two. I see his grandfather down here.
Shotgun formation, looking to the near side, incomplete. Pass intended for Luke Ryan, but he heard some footsteps coming up from behind as some pressure from the backside from Noah Johnson.
Kevin, number 73 for Jersey Shore is a sophomore.
Dubs Bloom.
6'6", 330.
Yep. And then, he is a large young man.
And Zach Myers is out there as a junior. He's 6 foot 200, and he's dwarfed by Dubs.
Dubs looks like he's a Division I college-sized lineman. And flags fly again with motion going to be or false start rather is going to be the call. But there were a lot of guys moving around there for Jersey Shore marching at 5 yards back. Clock will stop until they spot the ball with 1:19 to go in the third. It is 54-6. Jersey Shore leading Shikellamy. The good news is the Braves are on the board.
You know, Kevin, a lot of times the JVs don't get a lot of time to practice, you know, during the regular practice. So this is kind of all new for these guys.
A lot of times they're scout defense and scout offense.
They don't
One
get a
man
lot
in
of
motion
touches.
to come to the give to the near side to Snyder. Snyder turns the corner of the 40, reaching for the ends or looking for the sideline.
That's great. He came on to you know, folks, here at Jersey Shore, you don't have far to come off the grass, and you're in the cinder track.
Yepper.
And he just did a nice scoop underneath the rope too. That was pretty awesome.
And that's the rope that keeps the fans from entering the field area. Be one more play here before the end of the third quarter.
It's 4th down.
And it is 4th down and 8 from the Shikellamy 33-yard line.
Now it's 10 seconds and they haven't, you better go.
I don't know. They're going to have to call something or call a timeout here. There's only 3 on the play clock. They're going to get it away. Here's the handoff, and Shikellamy all over that one. The give was early to Malk, and boy, he had nowhere to go.
Tommy Trean, Willie Bender, and I'm trying to think who the single-digit number there. It might have been Keeley, number 4. I'm not sure, but that time Shikellamy's defense looked like Jersey Shore's defense.
Yes.
I mean, at the mesh point, the Jersey Shore runner was met by a host of Braves.
Well, now the Braves offense will come out. We'll see how much of it is the normal offense and how much of it is a second offense when we start the fourth quarter of play. That's the end of 3. Jersey Shore 54, Shikellamy 6. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel.
The Sunbury Motor Company.
Austin Martin, Kia Elite Sales Consultant, Maranatha Christian School.
Amber Wren, Certified Hyundai and Lincoln Sales Consultant, Sealands Bavaria High School.
Ian Chikuski, Certified Ford Sales Professional, Mount Carmel and Shamokin area.
Christopher Stengline, Ford Certified Sales Consultant, Sealands Bavaria High School.
Tom Mertz, 4th generation owner, Sunbury Motor Company, Shikellamy High School.
A tradition of trust since 1915.
The Northumberland National Bank, proudly serving our community for over 120 years. And now we've taken a giant leap into the future with a brand new online and mobile banking experience. Our mobile app lets you manage your finances from the comfort of your home or on the go. With remote deposit capture, simply snap a picture of your check and it's deposited securely into your account. Experience the ease and convenience of banking like never before, like checking your credit score on the go or applying for a mortgage right from your home. Visit our website at noribank.com, the Northumberland National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back to Thompson Street Stadium. It'll be 2nd down and 10. The first down play batted down as we got started in the fourth quarter quite early. Clock is going to move at 54-6 in favor of Jersey Shore. Raybuck gets the direct snap, looks to the far side, passes complete over to the far side to his tight end, Charlie Walker.
Walter.
Yes, I said Walker.
Walker's pitching for the Phillies tonight.
Didn't he pitch? I thought he pitched yesterday.
Was Wheeler pitching tonight?
I think Walker pitched yesterday.
No.
Third down and 7. We are a wealth of knowledge, folks.
A plethora.
Just not accurate. Good high snap, but controlled by Brody, and Baez got it and was tackled by 3/4 of the Jersey Shore defense.
That was a high snap, and that just messes up the entire movement in the backfield. There's nothing fluid, nothing smooth, and it's kind of jerky.
You know, Coach would say about that, Coach Hort?
Malfungi.
That was a malfungi or a lookout block.
Yeah.
Where the linemen get up, turn around, and say, look out.
There's been a lot of lookout blocks tonight, Kevin.
Where the linemen stand up, turn around, and say, look out, here they come. That was one of my favorites by him, was the lookout block. Malfungi was good, too.
Discombobulated?
As a good punt by Raybuck. Fair catch called for at the 35.
That should be a penalty.
It was close. I think Ryan lost his footing a little bit and had to lean forward, and while leaning forward, He ends up running, but the officials gave him the benefit of the doubt because he did make a very good fair catch call. So the clock will stop with the change of possessions with 9:53 to go here in this one, and Jersey Shore leading at 54-6.
Well, they should start it right up again, shouldn't they?
They will when they spot the ball and the chains.
I think they got new lights up here, Kev.
It is a little brighter than I remember. And here comes Hale at the quarterback slot. Sidecar to, well, it was to his left.
You're on the wrong side,
He
buddy.
grabbed him by the jersey and moved him to the right. Man in motion is Snyder.
That's right, it was. It was a counter play.
Yep, and it was going to Sander, the freshman, and he is tackled for a loss.
Number 57, Tommy Trean, the freshman, with another tackle.
Maddox Hoover, the freshman, in on that as well. Be a loss of 3 to the 17-yard line. Hale at quarterback, as he has been most of the second half. Goes to the far side. Pass complete to Watkins over there. And a nice open field tackle by Corbin Stahl for Shikellamy,
who is also a freshman.
Yeah, there are a lot of those on this Shikellamy roster. You know, and you talk with Coach Kaiser, and he said, you know, he was right. He said, think about all the experience that these freshmen are getting. They're going to be really good in a few years.
Are.
Play fake, pass to the near
side.
He
got it!
Intercepted! Read very well by Hewlett.
Sorry, Kevin. I just got so excited. I saw him move up there, and he's going to get the interception.
Tamir Hewlett, the freshman at corner, steps in front and gets the interception, and darn there, took it to the house.
That's pretty good timing on the freshman. Great job.
First turnover of the ball game for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 at the Jersey Shore 19-yard line. 8:34 to go, and a 54-6 lead for Jersey Shore. Braves are looking for something they can hang their hats on. They've had a nice drive where they scored. Now they'd like one more, and a change at quarterback. Corbin Stahl is the quarterback now for the Braves. Stahl getting his first snaps in the varsity game. And he's looking to throw, and there was nobody to throw to because the pressure was coming quickly. And that was Beatty on the tackle.
Yeah,
nope, I'm going to correct that.
53.
It was Oglesby, 63.
Was it 63?
Oh, no, it was Beatty. You're right.
Jeez.
Why do I question you?
I don't know. I have my glasses on tonight, too.
Yeah. I mean, you got the trivia question right. You got it.
You're never going to let me hear the end of that, will you?
No.
I was in a zone, Kevin. I was watching. I thought, okay, I'll give you the answer. It's 10. No, wait till at the next break.
There's the handoff to Baez off the right side.
Nice
Baez
move.
open field running and outside the 10 to the 7-yard line.
And Basir Baez is a freshman.
I'm going to say he's a freshman, Chief.
He made a couple of nice side steps, and you know it's hard to believe we got a halfback that also plays nose tackle. I mean,
That's true.
He starts.
That's a good point. You're right. He is the nose
Of course,
guard.
if they can have a kicker that runs punts back or runs kickoffs back, why not?
And Stahl now with a handoff to Baez. Baez to the outside. Baez inside the 5 into the goal line.
Touchdown.
No signal.
Yeah,
Touchdown.
over there, buddy.
Shikellamy. The near side official was late with the call, but Baez gets his first touchdown of the season in a 7-yard run for Shikellamy.
That's pretty awesome. And again, if you want to call them the baby Braves, they've pumped 2 into that. The first one was that long pass to Pollock, but this was a little bit of a drive after a loss of yards.
Now normally Snyder is the holder. It's Stahl now the holder. So Corbin will call for the ball. Low snap, sets down. The kick is just smothered. It was blocked by Evan Snyder, but again, the low snap got everything kind of discombobulated, and things didn't go well.
You know, I see these kicks and we're not getting them off, and our Our girls soccer team scored a touchdown, a field goal, and went for 2 after the touchdown and scored 11 goals against Williamsport today.
I wondered where you're going with that.
Those girls can kick the ball.
Yes, they can. I wondered where you were headed with that. I'm like, wait a minute.
Touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Shikellamy 11, Williamsport nothing.
Ah, here you go.
And they did the mercy rule too.
Do you know what a soccer field is called?
In England?
In soccer, almost everywhere, but pretty much here.
The football field?
No.
I don't know. Pitch.
The pitch.
I thought that's the stuff that you put in between cracks and.
It's also something. It's also something that's thrown in Philadelphia. That's thrown in Atlanta right now.
I did not know that, Kevin.
Yeah.
So why do they?
Steve Williams should be excited about that now. We've actually talked about soccer now on a football
So why
broadcast.
do they call it the Shikellamy soccer field and not the Shikellamy soccer pitch?
I think the field is called the pitch. I don't think the whole thing is called
If I
that.
ever announce a soccer game again on a Saturday, I'm going to say, welcome to the Shikellamy soccer pitch.
I don't think it works that way. Steese ready to boot the ball away. He'll pop one up, and it's taken at about the 35-yard line by Sechrist. Sechrist will get to the 40, to the 45, still on his feet, still struggling, and thrown out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Stahl with the tackle. There were a couple of Braves that were there, but Stahl's the one that drove him out of bounds. Boy, Schick's got a nice-sized kid there, number 79.
That is Harrison Hecker.
He's a sophomore. He's 6'2", 254 pounds.
He's going to play defensive tackle right now for the Braves in a 4-4, it appears. There's the handoff to the far side to Snyder. Snyder's got the corner. Snyder turns the corner to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Outraces everybody to the end zone. Touchdown, Jersey Shore. Fires it in from 54 yards out.
I'm not going to say anything on air, but when we're off the air, I'm going to tell you something about that play. Okay?
All right.
That makes the
You'll
score
have to follow the Chief on X to hear more about that.
Yeah, my podcast, all right?
Chat with the Chief. I'm telling you, that's a podcast people would listen to.
Yeah.
Here comes the extra point from her. Snaps good, sets down. The kick is up, and it is good.
See what happens when you get a good snap? Even if you're only a two-step kicker.
Well, both teams have had this kind of an issue with the snap, though, today.
Yeah, but this kid from Jersey Shore's been doing a pretty decent job.
Well, coming up in the radio postgame show, we'll have the Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game. But right now, let's get you updated on the Blaze Alexander Built Ford Tough game of the week. And right now, we've decided to make that Monday Night Football with the Steelers and the Bengals. And at the end of the first quarter, it's the Steelers 7. I'm sorry, the Steelers and the Browns. At the end of the first quarter, Steelers 7 and the Brownies 3. In the other Monday Night Football game, and somebody has to explain to me why we have dual Monday Night Football games. But the other Monday Night Football game, third quarter now as they just get started in the second half, New Orleans 6, Carolina 3.
They knew there was going to be a writer's strike in Hollywood, so they needed more live entertainment.
Well, you may not be wrong. I mean, I understand the East Coast, West Coast Monday night game they did a few years ago. End over end kick, taking it about the 15 to the 20. Coming to the near side, looking for room at the 23, and then stacked up at the 23-yard line is the Braves returner, number 33, A.J. Benedict.
I did hear today that the rest of the Monday night games are all going to be on ABC. They're not going to be put in any other the streaming because of the writer's strike. Because ABC
ABC needs content.
I wonder what would happen if we told Roger we were going on a broadcast strike.
He'd be like, okay, I'll find 2 other people.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of people want my job. I know that.
Although, I don't know if anybody has seen it. I was watching. They have a Facebook Live camera in the booth with Steve and Jack during Penn State games, yes.
Are they looking at a monitor?
No. Are you kidding? Jack's looking at the monitor maybe, but Steve hasn't looked at a monitor in 30 years.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Shotgun formation, handoff to Baez. Baez across the 25, spun out of a tackle at the 30, and is hogtied and dropped at the 32-yard line.
He actually lost yardage on that last move.
Yeah, well, anyway, the camera is at an angle, so you can actually watch Steve and Jack as they're calling the game. And of course, Steve half the time is standing up. Jack is always sitting down with the monitor. Steve, I don't even think Steve looks at the monitor.
No.
I don't know how he sees what he sees, but.
Well, how does he remember? I mean, he's got that memory that's super.
Well,
right? I mean,
again, when I was working the Steve Jones show with him on WKOK, people said, what's it like to work with him? I said, try and work with somebody that has a photographic memory. Back to pass. Corbin Stahl fires it. Intercepted. Intercepted by Ryan at the 30-yard line. They said he fumbled the ball, but he was already down when the fumble happened. Didn't really matter. He recovered it anyway. So with 5:08 to go in this one, Jersey Shore will have the offense going again.
Well, Corbin kind of rushed that one, but that's because, when he went to go outside, he pulled up. There was somebody there, and he's about ready to get tackled. And I think if he would have thrown it to the outside guy, it would have been better. But the guy inside doing the curl was covered pretty good.
One too many guys in the huddle. Well, actually, no. They're going to swap out a player, I guess.
I'll give you one back for one lineman.
Yeah, I think we probably should use a guard, and then a timeout is going to be called by Shikellamy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think Shikellamy might have had 12 on the field.
That's very possible. Well, Kevin, everybody keeps texting me about all the mink that are around my house out there. Now, the number goes from 7,000 to 6,000 to 4,000 to 7,000 mink. All right, not minks, mink.
Is mink the plural of mink?
Yes, it is. It's
okay.
like moose and moose.
Not meese.
Yeah.
There was an incident where, for those of you that may not have known, there was an incident where someone cut the fencing
at Stahl's
Mink Farm, and all the minks are out.
Mink, not minks.
I'm sorry, all the mink are out.
Every TV station was there.
Hale with a handoff right up the gut. Room there for Jace Feetzer. And with 4:40 to go in this one, Jersey Shore will have a 2-yard gain. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 from the Shikellamy 27-yard line. So anyway, all the mink are now
running
around the Chiefs' property.
It's going to ruin the ecosystem. If you have free-range chickens at your place, if you have free-range chickens at your place, you better lock them up.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. Clock winding down to 4. Handoff right away, going to Fetzer.
No,
I got a question. If you're worried about the ecosystem, does that mean when you yell, you won't hear your voice back again?
Ecosystem. There we go. You're worse than my 10th grade English teacher.
Oh, it's late on a Monday night. I'm getting punchy.
Hey, by the way, my wife was going to work today, and she thought somebody hit a puppy on the road out by our house. Here it was one of the mink.
That was a mink.
Yeah, because then 2 other ones ran across the road.
What? Wait, she saw 2 others run across the road?
There were anyway.
So they run in packs.
Herds.
Mink herds. Hale with the handoff over the right side to Fetzer.
You guys are laughing, but this is a disaster.
Well,
First of all,
do they go after fish? I mean, chickens,
I
get.
They kill squirrels. They'll kill cats. Anything they get. They are a predator on a smaller scale.
Really?
They get in the water. They'll catch fish.
Well, I knew that. If this was earlier in the season, like trout season.
Don't sleep out in Rockefeller Township tonight.
No camping.
No camping.
Okay. Don't feed the mink.
Yeah, I feel bad for the Stalls. That's their livelihood.
Yeah, and I don't mean we're not making fun of the situation by any means. We don't mean to sound that way, because that is their livelihood. By the way, Jersey Shore came up and they're kneeling on the ball here on this 4th down and 2 and it'll be a turnover on downs.
I mean, I grew up with them. Their dad started, now the boys having that stuff, and it is, you know, and they think it was purposely done. Well, it had to be purpose. They wouldn't have done it.
The mink?
No. Jeez. The stalls.
So the mink chewed through.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No, the stalls would not have cut the fence
themselves.
themselves.
Oh, okay.
I feel like Laurel and Hardy. Who do you want to be?
We're a little like T-Mac and Truck right now.
We're punchy.
Oh, Shikellamy with the ball now after Jersey Shore did a classy thing and kneeled on the ball on 4th and 2. Baez off the left side. 2 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in this one, 61-12. Jersey Shore leading this one and has this one locked away as Shikellamy will get ready for Saturday night against Selinsgrove, hosting them at Shikellamy Stadium. Don't forget, coming up in the post game, we'll have the Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game. Stahl with the handoff to the near side. Baez makes the turn, gets to the 25-yard line, and is swallowed up at the 25-yard line. Matt Fravel, the senior defensive lineman, with the tackle.
I'm trying to think who Baez reminds me of, you know, the running style. I mean, he's low to the ground.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh.
There's somebody
I'm thinking about it too.
I'll remember. We'll remember. We'll talk about it Saturday night.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. Are mink fast?
I don't know. Faster than you.
That's not saying much. And this time Stahl fakes the handoff, goes to the outside, and one man is there to stop him, and that is a definition, Chief, of staying home there by Paul Hale.
Yeah, very, very disciplined.
It'll be a gain of a half a yard to the 25-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down and 8, and the Braves will have one more play remaining. They will have to take it with 35 seconds on the play clock and 24 on the game clock. I'm sorry, on the play clock there's 20, game clock 29. So again, Stahl will come in for this final play. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers. Pressure coming up the middle. Baez with a plow in front of him. Pushes to the 27-yard line, and that will do it. On a night full of emotion, a big interception early in the game set the tone as Jersey Shore remembers Max Engel on this very special night here at Thompson Street Stadium, and finish off the game with a 61-12 win over the Shikellamy Braves. The Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game is coming up in the WKOK postgame show. Thank you for watching on our WKOK Sports YouTube channel. Our technical director, Nigel Kurtz. Our videographer, Daniel Harrett. I'm Kevin Herr, along with the Chief, Dave Ritchie. The radio postgame show continues on News Radio 1070 WKOK. This is Shikellamy Braves football